Good day, everyone. I am Junmark Talotalo from the group of Right and Duties of Anti-Noise Pollution. So before anything else, I will show to you our video clips related to the right and duties of anti-noise pollution. So please watch this.
Noise pollution.
Any sound that disturbs you is noise pollution.
Well, I would say that noise that hits your ear, upsets you.
For instance, the noise that cars make by honking, and then noise from bikes and trucks, and loud music at all sorts of odd hours.
If it happens enough that it disturbs your inner harmony, that would be noise pollution, I feel.
In the year 2000, the Government of India passed the rules on noise pollution. That's nearly 2 decades ago. The regulation provides a framework to protect ordinary citizens like you and me from high sound levels. A minimum decibel level for 4 categorized zones were created. In commercial areas, a limit of 65 decibel during day and 55 decibel during night are permitted. In residential areas, this limit is reduced to 55 decibel during daytime and 45 decibel during nighttime. While to allow industrial activity, the third category has a high limit of 75 decibel during day and 65 decibel during night. To test these regulations, we decided to record the decibel ALEC of these areas. We borrowed mostly from the Government of India's methodology on measuring noise pollution. The figure denotes the time-weighted average of the level of sound in decibels on a scale A, which is relatable to human hearing. That simply means the average sound you hear in these areas. The one type of area we haven't mentioned so far are silent areas. That's because it gets a little complicated here. Basically, silent areas have a limit set at 50 decibel during the day and 40 decibel during the night. But first, we need to understand what silent areas are. According to the rules, a silent zone is defined as an area comprising not less than 100 meters around hospitals, education institutions like schools, courts, religious places, or any other area which is declared as such by the competent authority. So here's where the problem lies. When categorizing a silent zone, which also has the lowest decibel limit, the region is based around a certain institute, and the whole point of the term silent area is probably aimed for the better functioning of that particular institute itself. But what if that institute is responsible for the violation of the decibel limit? One paradox of the silent zone phenomena are religious institutions. Communities based around such institutions can often be victim to the prayers produced via loudspeakers, easily crossing the decibel limit of silent zones. So in light of this, many such institutions are preparing to take measures in order to prevent such pollution, while others are still oblivious to the problem.
कभी-कभी ऐसा होता है कि जब शोर शराबा ज़्यादा होता है तो सर में दर्द हो जाता है। जब सर में दर्द होता है रात को नींद अच्छी नहीं आती। जब रात को नींद अच्छी नहीं आती तो दूसरे दिन काम में मन भी नहीं लगता।
In a city like Delhi, filled with all kinds of problems, noise pollution, a problem not visible to the eye, can easily be ignored. Yet what cements this as a problem is the effect it leaves behind, ruining people's lives, one party, one firecracker, one horn at a time. According to the report of the committee appointed by the Bombay High Court for studying noise pollution in 1985, with more and more doctors engaging in research on the effects of noise. During the ensuing period, the concept of noise being a nuisance gradually changed to its being a health hazard. In a report by the World Health Organization, it was stated that noise-induced hearing loss is irreversible. Exposure to loud sounds for any length of time causes fatigue of the ear's sensory cells. The result is temporary hearing loss or tinnitus, a ringing sensation in the ear. Prolonged exposure can cause permanent damage, resulting in irreversible hearing loss.
जाम है, मार्केट है, जाम होगा ही। अब जाम है, वो हॉर्न मार के रहते हैं। इसमें हर आदमी को बुरा लगता है। हमें हार्ट की बीमारी है, कभी ऐसा होती है ना, मैं घबरा जाता हूँ। इस बीमारी के बारे में हार्ट वाले के लिए हॉर्न मारना बहुत गलत है। उसमें और आदमी घबरा जाता है, माने बहुत तरह की प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है।
Damage caused by noise can range from the bursting of an eardrum, permanent hearing loss, cardiac and cardiovascular changes, stress and fatigue, lack of concentration, deterioration in motor and psychomotor functions, nausea, disturbance of sleep, headaches, insomnia, loss of appetite. The list goes on. The point is, noise is harmful.
Major causes of noise pollution.
In general, there's a lot of noise every day, even if there's no festival or event happening.
Traffic. Straight away, I think traffic is the biggest noise polluter.
Weddings, for instance, are a major source of noise pollution here.
People in India, they use loud volumes when they listen to music. They, use loudspeakers in their religious functions. They use loudspeakers in their parties. They use loudspeakers in their marriages.
There are trucks carrying all sorts of things for the industrial area. They pass right through the residential area, and there are horns and weird reverse alarms making all sorts of noises at all odd hours, like in the middle of the night. At around 11:30, the trucks just start coming in, and then you know you can't sleep.
Some of the sources for noise pollution in the city are road traffic, air traffic, rail traffic, neighborhood and domestic noise, construction work, fireworks and festivals, among many more. Most of these are self-explanatory. The one word you see repeating itself is quite a major problem when it comes to noise pollution. Noise pollution due to rail traffic is generally confined to residents living along rail lines in urban areas. While they have become quieter over the last few years, railway noise remains a problem because of longer, more frequent and faster trains and the build-up of the urban environment. In the metropolitan area, it has been the cause of considerable community concern. Under Section 5 of the Aircrafts Act 1934, it is expected that aerodromes be constructed far away from residential areas of a city in order to protect residents from the noise created by frequent takeoff and landings. Road traffic is one of the biggest producers, if not the biggest producer of noise pollution. In a developing country like India, where roads are in a bad condition, poorly maintained and have considerable number of vehicles of outdated technology, the road traffic noise assumes much more importance. Motor vehicle ownership has increased substantially over the last 30 years. With this, general levels of road traffic noise have also increased through the same period. Loudspeakers used for festivals, parties, or even personal purposes can often be a major factor of noise pollution. The most alarming aspect about this is that it often occurs in residential areas for prolonged amounts of time and ends up directly affecting people where they least expect it, inside their homes. Festivals like Diwali, famously known for being a major factor of air pollution, is no exception to noise pollution. In fact, the Delhi Pollution Control Committee has a specific page on their website dedicated to the decibel recordings on Diwali night. The data on the page provides us with alarming figures, showing any kind of prolonged exposure would likely result in temporary, if not permanent, hearing loss. So that brings us to the final question. What can we do about this?
देखो, ऐसे हम तो रोक नहीं सकते, लेकिन हर इंसान अपने आप में एक कमिटमेंट करे कि हमारी वजह से किसी को तकलीफ हो रही है तो शायद हम कम कर सकते हैं.
Well, there are many ways one can avoid noise pollution, but the best way to eradicate it is to hit the problem at its source. According to this report by the Bombay Environmental Action Group, the National Physical Laboratory has found that Delhi, Bombay, and Calcutta were the noisiest cities in the world. And that was back in 1998. Things have only gotten worse since then, and the fact is simple. Behind the production of such pollution sits one species: humans. So it's fair to say, if we can cause the problem, we can also stop it. In order to do that, an awareness needs to be awoken among the people. Spread the word. Honk less. Lower the volume. Keep your dog in check. And have a cracker-free Diwali. It helps the environment in more than one way. But most of all, it helps you.
So there are three rights of anti-noise pollution. First is right to have a privacy, peace of mind, peaceful, clean, and safe community or environment. The second is the right to complain and file a complaint regarding noise pollution. Third is right to fight for individual human right regarding nuisance.
So what are the rights and duties of anti-noise pollution? So before we answer that question, so let's talk about first the noise. What is noise pollution? So noise pollution is an unwanted or excessive sound that can have deleterious effect on human health, wildlife, and environmental quality. So noise pollution is commonly generated inside many industrial facilities and some other workplaces, but it also comes from highway, railway, and airplane traffic, and from outdoor construction activities. So what are the effects of noise pollution? So noise pollution can cause health problems for people and wildlife both on land and in the sea, from traffic noise to rock concert, loud or inescapable sounds that can cause hearing loss, stress, and high blood, and it was proven in some studies. So what are the rights of anti-noise pollution? So the first rights is to have privacy, peace of mind, peaceful and clean, safe community. So this right should respect the dignity, personality, privacy, peace of mind of other persons. So but the best thing we can do to reduce noise pollution is by starting in our community or our home. So we can turn off our appliances when not in use. So use earplugs, lowering the volume, planting more trees, regular maintenance of vehicles, machine, and other electronic devices. So we can control the negative health effect that noise pollution has everyone. So but the best thing to do is to have respect to every individual in our community too. So we have to respect others' personal privacy and peace of mind.
Noise pollution, also known as environmental noise or sound pollution, is the propagation of noise with varying impact on the activity of human or animal life. Most of them are harmful to a degree. The source of outdoor noise worldwide is mainly caused by machines, transport, and propagation system.
Number 3. Right to fight for individual human right regarding nuisance. There are no specific human rights laws relating to noise, but excessive noise pollution is covered by Article 8 of the European Convention on Human Rights and incorporated into UK law by the Human Rights Act. Article 8 protects the right to respect for private and family life, Home and correspondence. Number 1. Everyone has the right to respect for his private and family life, his home and his correspondence. Number 2. There shall be no interference by a public authority with the exercise of this right, except such as in accordance with the law and is necessary in a democratic society in the interest of national security, public safety, or the economic well-being of the country, for the prevention of disorder or crime, for the protection of healthy or morals, or for the protection of the right and freedoms of others. It is well established that excessive noise can interfere with the right to respect for private life and for an individual's home. However, Article 8 is what is known as the qualified right. Broadly, this means that interference must be governed by a clear and accessible law, pursue one of the legitimate aims laid down in Article 8 and be proportionate to that aim.
So there are three duties of anti-noise pollution. First is create an advocacy or campaign to pass Noise Pollution Control and Abatement Act. Second is they help people in the group that is suffering noise pollution in their community in any ways. Third is maintain peace and order where everyone in the community will have equal rights.
Good morning, everyone. Anti-Noise Crusaders Philippine Group is a group of people that are fighting for a Noise Pollution Control and Abatement Act in the Senate. The main and one of its duties is advocating and campaigning to spread awareness how and why noise pollution needs to be given action by the government. Nuisances such as videoke noise and vehicle noise is very rampant in our society nowadays. Even, and the worst case is during nighttime where people is at rest and sleeping. These noises affects people psychologically and physiologically according to many studies. The group has created different committees to address these matters and constantly reporting and petitioning to higher officials, but was ignored and neglected allegedly, according to the post of few members in the group. Some reported that sometimes those who have authority are the ones initiating these noise nuisances. That's why they are really fighting for this advocacy in any ways to see its negative effects towards people, especially children and elders, and also to protect their rights as citizens in the society where they can be heard and cared. To advocate this purpose, the group has created this page where you see videos as evidence of the experienced noise nuisances, written complaints of members, also those who need advices what to do in these situations. These complaints prove how noise pollution affects every people in the everyday life.
Hi, my name is Eric Ruel Stenzurilin. So, let's talk about duties. We as human had a responsibility to manage or to take care on each of us that refers as a community. Proper etiquette is one of our responsibility, which plays a big role in our daily living. Being mindful in our action, especially in those noises that we could make. Nowadays, a lot of things could be a potential source of noise, like vehicles, dogs, machines, parties, babies, and etc. It is crucial to control noises, especially in a community. And sometimes it could be a reason or a root of an argument in a community due to noise pollution. Noise could be a reason of disturbance in a community, and we can't deny that. But we can prevent or reduce noise pollution in our community. Many ways we can do in preventing or reducing the noise pollution, like turning off the appliances when not in use, shutting the door when using noisy machines, and by planting more trees as they are good noise absorbent. If we can eliminate unwanted noises coming from outside, then we can create healthier noise such as music, singing birds rather, and waterfalls or in office. A lot of factors we could do or make in preventing or reducing noise pollution, but the most important thing that we need to put in our mind is need to apply in ourselves is the self-discipline. Through this, we could help each other by being mindful, concerned, sincere towards others' feelings and emotion, especially in our community. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Brian Igor Meliu, and I'm the last reporter. So the last duties we have is to maintain the peace and order where everyone in the community will have an equal rights. In maintaining the peace and order in the community, you really need to be just fair to every individual who is part of the community. You need to make sure that everyone has an equal rights regarding to their skin colors, genders, beliefs, cultures, and etc. We should always remember that we can achieve peace and order in the community if everyone in the community hasn't an equal rights. It will bring more chaos. Try to be kind. Being kind is the best. To be respect and to have a peace with each others. Do not fight. Starting fight will lead you to danger. The peace can stop for starting a fight. Try to fix the problems quickly so it will not be issue to the people that can lead to fight again. In maintaining the peace and order, one should not make any favoritisms because that's the only way we can obtain peace and orders in the community. Just like what the photo trying to portray. They have a unity even though they have differences in life, and that's it because they receive an equal rights despite of their differences. And that's all. Thank you.
And the last is our collective realization.
Good day everyone, I am Jason Laude and I will present to you our group's collective realization about rights and duties of anti-noise pollution. So, for our collective realization, as an anti-noise pollution, there are series of rights and duties for us to minimize or to avoid noise pollution. We have a right to have our privacy, we have a right to have our peace of mind, we have a right to have our clean and safe community or environment. Those are parts of our individual rights as a member of that community where we belong. By that, we din nato i-confront ang mga noise polluters pag mga ganun basis na you have a right to have those like privacy, peace of mind, or you have a right to have those so kung pwede pahinayan or undangon nilang inabuhat. Then for the cases na just example naidak gusto kayo kabidyokihan nga magbuntag sa inyong tapad tas dili na mo katulog, open ang legal basis nga legal steps for that. Open kayo ang barangay hall or ang LGU for that cases. So for our duties as an anti-noise pollution, pwede ta maghimo og advocacy or campaign para mabalaan nato og asa na ba padulong ato ang ginapaglaban after years na ba improvement or wala. If wala, kinahanglan nato og mas dakong effort. Another duty nato nga tabangan kato mga pareha sa ato ang nag-suffer sa noise pollution sa ato ang community bisag katong sa pinakagagmay nato nga pamaagi. So last duty kani siya ang pinaka-importante to do our part as a member of that community nga dili dapat kita ang mag-cause sa noise pollution kay basig kita ang naghimo perwisyo tas kita po isigingon og anti-noise pollution. So more to.
And that's all. Thank you.